What's up, guys? Welcome to, I was going to say Archfred, that's not it. Danmachi Season 2, Episode 4.
Yep, war game time.
Yeah.
Yes. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's the war game. I guess because we know it's the war game, we're going to go more into spoilers. So if you haven't seen the episode, you probably should just stop. But if you have seen it, woo!
It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There is some minor things I have about the episode, but I guess just to break it down, you do get to see Lily being the MVP with her stealth magic. I think it's called her Cinderella magic or whatever. And then you get Liu, Leon dual-wielding the magic swords, which is also a pretty hyped moment. Of course, you get Mikado using her gravity magic to hold down everybody. You got Cassandra just freaking foreshadowing end of days and the ultimate demise of Familias. And nobody listening to her. And then, of course, you get the main baddie just getting taken down. So, with that being said, Michael, did you like the episode? How they did everything?
So, there's kind of two elements that are different from the book. There are some things that they skip or not emphasize or not take as much time. I think one of the areas where you get kind of a better picture in the book, which is fine because sometimes that's what a book is for, is to give you more details. Mm-hmm. Is I think you get a grander scale of the war game in the book. I feel like this episode, it felt like they were going against 35 people and not 100 people.
Yeah,
and it didn't. Yeah. I feel like some of the scenes. The secondary thing is I feel like some of the scenes were cut short. I feel like Belle's struggle in the book is more well presented because it's a longer fight. And then you get more of the magic swords. You get kind of, I don't know, the timeline's a little bit extended, which is fine. I mean, if they wanted to put it in one episode, this is probably the best they could do, I think. And then obviously you have Lily's part of things, which I think was done well in the show for the most part. I think the way they presented it was pretty cool because they kind of hinted at it but didn't give you the full reveal till later on. So I think they did that well. And then they ended pretty well. I think them going into the mansion was a good way to end. I don't know where they're gonna go from here. I think based on the title that it's gonna be more of a laid back episode next episode. So I don't know. Maybe the writers or the people of the show said, "Well, we don't really want to divide the war game into 2 episodes, so we're gonna put it in one and then have one episode that's chill," which is fine. I think how this episode impacts the show in general, we can't really say fully until episode 5, since it is kind of going to be, they made a decision to have episode 5, and they made a decision to have it in one episode, so, was that decision worth it or not?
Yeah, I get you. Definitely how the rest of the season structured out will probably depend on my final verdict of this episode and how it was executed. Although your first impressions are pretty much the same as mine. I think a lot of the scenes, every scene that we needed to see or wanted to see, I think we did get to see it, and it was still done in an enjoyable manner. But I would have liked to seen it dragged out a little bit, because that's how it is in the book. And like you said, I think there's just something that's lost a little bit when you try to rush it like this. I think probably some impacts too is just inevitably to be not as good as in the book. Because I was telling Michael, when I read the first the 6th book for the first time, I hadn't watched the anime in a really long time, so I forgot Mikado's magic even existed or we've seen it before. So that seemed more hyped in my memory and when I first read the book than when I was watching this episode, which I think that's one thing that's inevitably going to be worse. But I think the main thing, they did change some details. I think for instance, when Welf takes out all the people on the top of the tower, I think that was more of a hallway, because I think in the book they make a note of it being a real condensed area, so there was no way for them to dodge his magic. I think there was another change for when Belle blows up the tower of the castle that they're sieging. I think if I recall right, it says that that guy, whatever his name is, we can't pronounce it. I think it says in the book that he was totally going to get wiped out by the Argonaut skill if Cassandra hadn't dodged him out of the direct shot. Whereas in this, you don't really see that. So that's something that kind of irked me a little bit. But overall, it was all right. I think this episode I enjoyed it less than I thought I would, but I still liked it. But
one element that I also, to speak more on the positive side, I really liked the score and obviously the visuals in the show have been top notch throughout, but I also liked the atmosphere they built with the music and kind of like you get more of a picture as Belle as like a hero and stuff like that, and you also get Freya a little bit more of like signaling that she's just a bro in this episode.
I was just about to say, I love the little details they added that are going on outside of the war game, because another big thing is like people are like, this is a big event for the city, so everybody's wanting to watch it. So they get to play in a little bit of that, like how that's possible. How the gods are reacting to the sidelines. You have Ganesha just not giving the best of commentary, but it's Ganesha, so we love him. And then
that was a good idea for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, you get to see Freya. There was a little thing with the pendant that I think we mentioned in our last video. So we get to see that. It's not too much important except for, like you said, the little nod there. I also appreciate the thing we get to see with I think his name's Mord, the guy that attacked Belle in the first season. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys don't know anything about this little rookie." All in. So
yeah, that was good, and it also translates well to the side story.
Yeah,
makes it more canon, I guess.
So I liked that stuff in the episode. I really do like the the interaction between Apollo and Hestia. That's probably like the best thing we see like on the sidelines, probably, besides the gambling going on. But yeah, it's still a good episode. I don't know how well I would rank it yet, but like you said, next episode looks like we're gonna take a breather, which not sure how they're going to divide the next arc, or if we're going to get 2 arcs or just 1 arc, but, the breather is probably something we're really going to need. So I'm really curious, though, to see if they're going to add multiple stuff, or if we're just going to get kind of like a more slowed down episode. This is where it's going to slow down. I thought they would have slowed down for this episode just because, it's the war game. Because it's like the action, so you can take it a little bit slower without it feeling like a drag. But it looks like they're going to do that for possibly the next episode. But
yeah, and there's a level up in our future / maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, this probably isn't. I might have to ask you off camera, but I think we'll see that in the next episode, probably, if my memory serves.
Of it. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Something
so, and who knows? You may get to see some recruitments, maybe.
Should definitely get that scene. And we should definitely get them in the mansion chilling for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I think, I don't know if they do... Do they do remodel work this early on in the story? I was thinking they do, but I don't know if they touch on that.
I don't know. I just, yeah. There's, the mansion that they're now in, obviously you can see from the ending. Mm-hmm. I think it's actually in the open. I don't know. But you can see that that's going to be more a part of the story. And there is like 1 or 2 key story elements that are later on. One of which Belle is fighting with the shadow.
Maybe they're going to teach the audience about the taxing system they have to now do.
Yeah. Poor Lily. She was so happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another great thing. She's like, I did good, right? Like you did.
Yes, you did great.
But yeah, I don't know. Going forward, do you think we'll get a sneak peek of the next arc at the end of the next episode, or do you think they just won't touch on that at all till 6?
We might get probably a sneak peek of the next god and maybe like what her plan is, how she hates Freya or something.
Freya!
Yeah.
Just go back to the God of War clip.
But also remember, guys, now Hestia Familia has 4 members.
Yeah, it's very true. So that's going to change the
3 core members, 1 temporary one.
Yeah. And you're going to see that play into the later part of the season. Just saying. So that's going to be really fun to see.
People like him. Well, some people like him in the town right now. So
yeah. This is probably the most popular Belle's going to get.
Yeah.
So enjoy it while it lasts.
Before he gets slapped.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Minor spoiler, but not really. But anyway, I guess in closing, do you have any final things to say?
So far, I think, as we've seen in previous episodes, they really respected the material. Here, they made some creative choices that I'm not totally sold on, but we'll have to see with episode 5. And regardless, it is definitely an improvement from season 1. Maybe just because the source material is pretty bomb, but also I think the effort they put in.
For sure. It's kind of like one of those things where it's, I think maybe one of the biggest gripes of the first season was some of the pacing at parts. So this one, it's like trying to probably balance, those negatives that some people had in the first season, but it's like, will it be balanced good enough? Did they go too far? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But we'll be here to let you know about that. Also, real quick before we leave, I just want to say the movie review is coming. It got pushed back way far. I'm sorry, but it's coming out maybe the day after this because it's all ready. It's just
only like a year and a half after it comes out.
Yeah, exactly. So technically, we're kind of on schedule.
Yeah, we're kind of.
But anyway, guys, that'll conclude this video, and I guess we'll see you guys next week for the other episode reviews that we got coming out, and we are hoping to have some more book reviews come out as well as some movie stuff. So. Besides Danmachi. So stay tuned for that.
We have some more stuff coming out.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, catch you later.
Peace.